Hello guys, how you all doing? I do a little video on these trick-or-treat masks from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I was going to do this individually. I did actually film it the other day, and I wasn't quite happy with the Pretty Woman mask, so I ended up going back and doing a bit more paint work. And then I was working on the grandma mask yesterday, so I thought I'd drop a video showing both of them off and sort of just telling you briefly what I did. So let's take a look. I mean, out of the box, these do look really cool. I've just kind of made a few changes to my sort of personal preference. So yeah, let's just start with we'll start with the Pretty Woman mask, or the Pretty Lady mask. So what I basically did with this was I did a fair bit actually. I ended up repainting it. I just wanted the colours to kind of pop a bit more, be a little bit more in your face. The white I wanted to be a little bit more vibrant. So yeah, that's basically what I did. I did quite a few washes on the original paintwork. I redid the mouth, redid the eye makeup, the cheek blusher. Is it blusher? I don't know makeup, but I did that as well. I ended up ripping the eyebrow out and sort of placing it, if you like. I just didn't like the look of the kind of deliberate kind of just, you know, plonked on. And this is quite tricky. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I think it does look a little bit better than what it did. I basically used the original eyebrow, cut it down a little bit, and then I added some of this hair in with it. So I think it gives quite a good effect. I think it looks a little bit more natural and authentic. What else did I do with this? Oh yeah, what I did at the top when I was studying some of the kind of Eyelashes masks on YouTube that were commissioned by him, the top section of the mask is separate from the bottom section, so it's like stitched together and held that way. So I tried to sort of like mimic that kind of look, and I just took a few sections out here and there, just around the top of the mask. So yeah, like I say, it just kind of like mimics that kind of look where there's some separation. Highlighted the stitches because they were where the paintwork of the kind of creamy white went over those, so they wasn't really standing out too well. I highlighted the stitches in here in the eye section. I then added the eyelashes. They really do make a big difference actually. I well recommend you adding those if you're going to do that. If you are in the UK, don't make my mistake, and you want to do that little mod, get your eyelashes out the pound shop. I went to Superdrug and bought mine and paid like twice as much, and they're literally the same lashes. Plus it's self-service in the pound shop, so you won't look kind of a little bit dodgy buying women's eyelashes like I did. So yeah, pound shop if you're in the UK. I don't know whether there's an American equivalent, but or obviously online you can do that. With regards to the mouth, I know this might not be totally accurate, but I added a little bit of gloss just here and there on the mouth, just to give it a little bit more of you know, I wanted that red to kind of like really kind of pop. I didn't do the whole thing, but it also gives that kind of like appearance of a, you know, a slightly shiny kind of lipstick. I like the look of it. I think it adds a little bit more kind of creepiness value to it. What else did I do with this? Yeah, basically the last thing I did as well was the hair. Just a case of styling it really. The hair is really good quality, but it is quite sort of soft, and I wanted the hair to kind of go a little bit more around the ears, so the ears actually shown off each side. Basically, really simple. Just damp your hands with some water, run it through the hair, sort of really kind of run it through, and then get some strong hairspray. Obviously cover the mask as you're spraying it. Just give the hair some spray, and then you can kind of like, it gives it that little bit more of a strawish kind of texture. you know, and then you can kind of shape it, and you know, it feels a little bit more kind of sturdy, if you like. And that is basically it on the Pretty Woman mask. I'm happy with it now. Like I say, I have actually painted this a number of times, and I've kind of got it to where I want it to be now. I want it to have a little bit of texture to it as well, to the skin tone. But if we move on to the Grandma mask now, I did make some quite significant changes to this. Again, I was studying. There's not many videos on the Grandma mask on YouTube. So I went with kind of what I could see. I took quite a lot of hair. If you remember rightly, the hair was kind of down here, and when I was looking at the kind of the less mask, the hair was much shorter, and like I showed you in the picture, it was also sort of coming down at around eye level. So I've kind of quite crudely just chopped into it, really, to try and resemble that look. I did end up repainting it as well. I added a few more tones into the sort of like the facial kind of complexion. Bit of a whitewash and some browns, some very like subtle oranges here and there. One of the things I did notice, which I didn't say on the review of this, is they got the eyebrows wrong on this. They look quite good, but they were much lower. This eyebrow was down here, and this eyebrow was actually on the eyelid. So they did that wrong when I was studying Connor's mask that someone had. The eyebrow is much higher because you've got to get that eyelash in on that eyelid there. So yeah, it's just a case of pulling it off, replacing it, and then obviously I added the eyelashes. I also did a little bit of work on the mouth. I actually extended this part of the mouth where it comes down. I cut into it a little bit more, gave it a little bit more of a shape, and I did the same this side. I wasn't quite happy with the kind of curve of it. I wanted it to drop down a little bit lower, so I've gone right close to the stitching on that, and then come back round, obviously painted it in. And yeah, that is basically it. I'm happy with them though. I think they look really cool. You know, I didn't spend ages doing that either, so no, I do think it's kind of, you know, I do think it's added something. But yeah, these are really cool masks. You know, you don't need to do these modifications, but this is just kind of what I prefer, and I wanted them to be a little bit more striking and in your face and creepy, exactly like the film. And yeah, that's what I kind of come up with. So I thought I'd give you a little look at that one. And I will see you on the next video. Got some cool bits coming in, guys, so keep a lookout. And I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy, stay safe, and I will catch you later.